Have you ever thought about running multiple YouTube channels, but you just think you can't do it? There's not enough time in the day. I don't even know what I would want to make. Well, from someone with experience of running multiple channels at once, I'm going to be sharing with you all my input on it. I'm going to be sharing some pros and cons and just really breaking it down if this is something you want to do. You want to run multiple channels. So let's jump into it. My name's Anthony. I run multiple gaming channels, and one of my main gaming channels has over 2 million subscribers. So I want to talk to you about running multiple channels. And I think this will apply no matter with what you're doing, but it also will boil down exactly to the content you are making. And I'll get a little bit more specific on that in a bit. So let's say you have a channel right now. It's your main channel, for an example, and you want to run, let's say, a second channel. Now, me personally, I've ran about 5 or 6 channels by myself. So I have some experience with this, and I was quite consistent on it, and I can be consistent on it because I really pride myself on my work ethic. And that's one thing too, is having a good work ethic. If you want to do something, try and see it through and do it. Don't make any excuses. If you're unable to do it, of course, that's fine, but don't forget, hey, I said I would do it, I'm gonna do it, and really just sticking to your word if you say you're going to do it. Obviously it is tough, but running multiple channels does take the focus off of one channel, and that is one of the cons. But first, let's talk about the pros. So some of the pros of actually running multiple channels is you don't necessarily feel stuck. And what I will say is, with my experience, is it's definitely changed a lot now on YouTube, where running multiple channels somewhat makes sense if you are able to handle it, or if you're able to actually outsource it to someone where, let's say, you don't have to actually physically be the one making the videos. You can, again, outsource it to someone else who can edit it, who can maybe make the video. Let's say you don't have face cam, for an example. Now, why is this a huge pro? Is because I feel like YouTube favors this a lot. Not saying that you have just multiple channels, it favors that you have multiple channels, but in a way, it's like you are actually in different areas on YouTube that are possibly growing. And I get the question a lot, is it too late to start YouTube? And the answer is no. Now, when I started doing YouTube, you could almost upload anything you want on one channel, and I'll break down my experience with this. So on one of my main channels, what I did is I would upload, again, 3 different games, 4 different type of games, and YouTube has changed a lot. And if you have been a content creator for a while, you can attest to this, to where it didn't really work out as good anymore to actually upload different games on a channel, especially how the YouTube algorithm is, which I love the YouTube algorithm, and the YouTube algorithm wants you to win. I repeat, wants you to win. So it's on your side. Don't have that thought, or if you do, just remember my words now. The YouTube algorithm wants you to win. And when, let's say, for an example, at the time when YouTube was shifting, I could clearly tell that some of the other games I was playing was not performing well. Let's say if I upload 3 different games, they all perform well. When the YouTube algorithm started changing, one game would perform really well and the other ones sort of stopped performing. And it was a clear indication for a very long time that, okay, like, uploading different games doesn't work, because YouTube wants to really know exactly what the audience is going to be watching next and what the audience actually enjoys watching. Maybe, let's say, if you're uploading Roblox and Minecraft on the same channel, it doesn't perform well, but if you were to split and have a Roblox channel and a Minecraft channel, it will perform really well. And again, that can go with anything. Let's say you're doing a skateboarding channel, but you also upload cooking videos. Now maybe that could have worked in the past, and maybe it could still work today, but the ideal situation is that you have a skateboard only channel and you have a cooking channel. And of course, a really cool thing is if you can combine those, not combine them as in they're separate, but if you had one channel where you skateboard and cook, that's a pretty cool niche, by the way. I just made that up. You also get the creative freedom, so you're able to have more ideas and put them in different places. And that's one of the reasons why I have so many channels, is because I really love creating. I have a lot of ideas. I love brainstorming new ideas. And whenever I have an idea, I can maybe start a channel and really just get that out of my head and see it through. I love turning an idea into an actual, let's say, not necessarily a product, but you can actually just see it. I guess pretty much like a visual product at least. And that that's one of the reasons why I think having multiple channels really does, and you don't really feel stuck to one channel. I know a lot of people and know of some people who, let's say they feel stuck, and you can feel stuck. I've had that before where you're uploading on one channel and you feel like, I really want to upload this other video, but I know it won't perform well. And then you just don't do it. And in those instances, I would say it's okay to start another channel. And if you really have a passion for it, do it. And that's something that I've done. I really enjoy, let's say, Roblox. I really enjoy Minecraft. I enjoy other games. And instead of putting that all on one, I sort of have it on its own. And the beauty of that is that YouTube will find those viewers that enjoy that particular game or that particular content, because someone who watches, let's say, my Minecraft videos may not watch my Roblox videos. So instead of that being so fluctuating on one channel, you sort of serve both audiences on their own channel. So I think it really helps out with the YouTube algorithm and growing a channel. I also believe that it really helps out with your creative freedom, so you don't feel stuck on one channel. Now let's talk about some of the cons on this, and that is time management, or even outsourcing too, if you're not able to afford at the point in time to actually outsource. Let's say you need an editor, for an example, and that's where the time rolls in. It's like, do you have time to manage 2 channels? Do you have time to edit, 3 channels, or how often are you uploading? Of course, running multiple channels also depends on your type of content. Let's say you make a video once a week because you spend a lot of time on a video, for an example, and it's not just, let's say, a gaming video that you don't take very long on. It's gonna be quite difficult to really run multiple channels if it takes you a very, very long time to make one video on one channel, if that performs really well. So it can be quite tough. There are instances where if you have a main channel and your video is performing super good, you want to make another channel, you sort of outsource that second channel. So let's say that means you're like paying an editor, you're paying someone else to sort of run that channel. All you have to do is maybe just film, and they do the rest for you. So you got to be really good with time management, especially if you're going to be doing it on your own, and also just keeping up track with everything. You have different channels, you have different comments, you have different viewers, and really just trying to keep track of that, because I love all my channels. I can think of 4 right now, and I know that the audience just all completely different. They talk different and everything. They're interested in different things, and just really keeping up track with that can seem overwhelming. But you have to remember, hey, no one told you to make all those channels. You did it to yourself. Now, what are some tips to actually manage multiple channels if you are interested in doing it? Let's say you have a little bit of a lower maintenance content. I would totally say one thing you could do is outsource. That's if you can, if you have the money to actually just pay someone to actually edit the videos for you, and they sort of like help you a lot with the channel. So now that actually saves you time by you spending a little bit of money to actually get them to help you with the channel. Another thing is waking up early. That was one tactic that I use, is that if I had another channel to run, or if I run another channel, I wake up really early and work on it while it's like really quiet. And I mean 3 a.m., 5 a.m. I make sure I get enough sleep, of course, but I will actually take the time and run that channel for those hours, and then I'm sort of done with it. So if I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I can give myself 3-4 hours to edit, let's say, 4 videos in that time, or 3 videos in that time. And that really helps out and gives me, let's say, 3 days worth of content. And if I do that, every other day, I'm always going to be a little bit ahead. So just really time management, and really just mapping things out, not keeping it all in your head, and really just writing it out, seeing it on a calendar. Okay, where do these videos need to go? What channel hasn't been uploaded on in a while? And I promise you, there's no perfect situation to it. You also have to think of ideas for all these channels too, depending on what they are. But again, I like running multiple channels, so if that's something you're interested in doing, let me know down below in the comments. I'd be curious to know how many of you have different channels that you run, and what's been your experience with it. But most importantly, if you want to run multiple channels, you should really work on being consistent, because this is very important. So don't miss out on this video. But if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Take care.